Hello from the Music Interview Corner. I'm here in Berlin, in Columbiahalle, with Sepultura, with Andreas. Hi, Andreas.
Hello.
Thank you so much for taking time for this interview.
Thank you.
It's happening. Sepultura is retiring, and you are now on your official 18-month European farewell tour. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It feels great. It's something that we planned for the last 2 years before we start the run, the last run. It's a celebration of 40 years of Sepultura. You know, it's great to see the fans coming, old school fans and fans that have seen Sepultura for the first time. It's very emotional, and we're having the best time of our lives. You know, it's a fantastic tour. We're going to stretch the tour further until 2026. Because, I mean, we're not in a hurry. We still have a lot of places to go. Sepultura went everywhere during, 40 years of history. It's like almost 80 countries that we've been, and some places that we've never been before. So we like to try to make that happen before we stop.
Yeah, so you were in 80 countries in 40 years. Are there any countries you've not been to and you really, really want to go to?
For sure, Iceland. We never had the chance to go and play there. Hopefully we will on this last run. And places like Alaska or places like in Africa that we know there's some metal scene going on that we'd love to go. But yeah, I mean, we like to make it happen, to go places like that, to meet the fans and see how heavy metal is so popular around the world.
Mm-hmm. And you're not only celebrating 40 years of Sepultura with this tour, you're also recording 40 live tracks in 40 different cities. How many did you already record?
Now, we are recording every show since the start of the tour. Of course, we have a set list that we are changing, a few nights so we can put songs to build around that recording. But it's going great. Technology today allowed us to record every night. So I've been listening to some of the shows, and the energy is there. It's a fantastic sound, and I'm so excited about this project because Sepultura never really had a proper live album. We have like the Barcelona video and the live in São Paulo, also a DVD. But this is going to be like different times in our tour, from the beginning to the end, in different places, in different cities. But yeah, very excited about it, and it's going great.
Amazing. I can't wait to hear this compilation album.
Me too.
Do you already know when it will come out, or is it still secret?
Yeah, we're going to put out in parts digitally, like maybe 8 songs, every part, every block. And then at the end, when we have the 40 songs chosen and released digitally, we're going to put out a box set, vinyl, double vinyl with a lot of pictures and photos. And it'll be amazing, like old school live stuff.
Cool. And your tour is called Celebrating Life Through Death. Can you tell me more about that?
Yes, I mean, dying, the finitude is something inevitable in our life. We're all going to die. And everything that we do, there's an ending, like a book or a movie or a process or a job, life itself, everything. There are cycles, and we close cycles throughout our life very often. And as soon as we do that, of course we lose a part that we were, but we also create a new experience, new possibilities. You know yourself a little better, and you live the present, the day, more intensively. You don't let things for tomorrow because it might not happen tomorrow. To say I love you to your son, or to hug a friend, or to resolve some problems with a relative or a parent or something. I don't know, fulfill wishes, go travel and start a business and be more active today, And it has that kind of feeling around the tour, the name, why we're stopping after 40 years. And it's a privilege to stop now the way we are, in our best momentum. We love each other. We have the same dressing room. We don't travel separate and all that bullshit that so many bands have to deal with it, because they're slaves of themselves, slaves of the name, slaves of a myth or an image or whatever it is, So it's great. It feels great to be here. I mean, once you respect that, that we all gonna die, we live much more intensively everything. I went through a personal process with my late wife that passed away 2.5 years ago. We were married for 32 years, 3 kids, and because of cancer, she passed away, and it was a very difficult process. But as I said, a big part of me died with her, but this other part, was born, and I started the movement in Brazil to instigate and motivate people to talk about dying, to talk about death, to talk about euthanasia, assisted suicide, and so many other things that in Brazil we don't talk about. And as a society, we need to discuss those kind of things, because it happens every day with everyone, regardless of your social position or your religious belief and whatever. We are dying. We die every day. And we need to address those things. And in Brazil, it's very difficult to talk about that because of religion, because of prejudice and many other things and stuff. So I want to inspire people to talk about, because this is the way it happened to me, to talk about and to be, I know we can be a little more prepared for that moment, which is very painful, grief and everything, but we can prepare ourselves better for that, So yeah, the tour, my personal life and everything, I think everything resumes to death, to how we can face death and be more alive than ever.
And with this campaign, there's also a music festival to honor your late wife, Patricia, right?
Exactly, yeah. We did for 3 years. It's called PATFEST. Her name was Patricia, as you mentioned. And it's to raise funds for this institution that takes the palliative care to the favelas of Rio and São Paulo and Minas. Very poor people, they are forgotten by society. They don't have, connection to any information or medicine or anything, So these people does an amazing job, and we have this partnership for 3 years now since Patricia passed away in 2022. And it's a fantastic job they do. And as long as I'm alive, I'm going to do that every year and try to inspire people to do the same, to donate, to be a part of it, and make people die with dignity. In Brazil, it's one of the worst countries to die. Very expensive. A lot of people don't have even a casket or a coffin or a place to be buried, and it's insane. But hopefully, step by step, we can instigate people to discuss those points that I mentioned, so we can develop a better society and die with dignity. That's all, we ask.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I bet, sorry, I hope I can say this, but I bet your wife is like smiling down on you and is very proud of you for doing this.
So yeah, she was a very special person, very alive, very active. She really connects people. That's why I think the movement was possible, because of her, her spirit, of her way of being, of respecting people regardless of the social position. And she was very spontaneous, sometimes too much, embarrassing spontaneous. But she was a fantastic person, and she's very well missed, of course. But at the same time, she's more present than ever, in many respects. And her message and her spirit is around and inspired us to do that kind of stuff. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And I have family from Brazil, so I have also heard about how hard it is there.
Yes. Yeah, it really is, especially for the poor people that doesn't have the education or information, or they don't even know their rights or the possibilities that are there for them. So the stuff that I want to do is try to instigate information, education, so here's possible, you can do this, you can do that, you should do this, and you have the right for that, and that kind of stuff, and people are suffering. A lot of people are suffering without necessity. It's possible to give a better condition for people who have like very intense illness or very serious illness, that you can die with dignity, and that's what we're trying to instigate in Brazil.
Mm-hmm. And guys, for you, we're going to share the links to your organizations. We're going to put it in the description here. You're welcome. And about Sepultura, that was such an important discussion to have. Out of all the songs that you wrote for Sepultura, which one is your favorite? I know, difficult question. You can also say multiple.
It's great. It's it's so many great songs, different times, important songs that we play even today. But I think our last album, it's one of the most meaningful albums for us, or for me personally. And Guardians of Earth is a song very special because musically it represents everything that I like in Sepultura, like the acoustic guitar, the heavy guitar, a very melodic lead, and the thematic, that was, unfortunately, I still talking about, preservation of nature, respect for the indigenous tribes, and respect for the culture. We have so much to learn with them regarding our relation to nature, And I think that it's a very Sepultura song. I think Guardians of Art, it represents what everything that Sepultura did throughout the career. A little bit, it's there, And to play that live, it's a challenge every night, but it's a fantastic feeling. It's a beautiful song to play live too.
I'm looking forward to hearing it tonight.
Great.
And what is your favorite song to play live out of all Sepultura songs?
Yeah, I guess Guardians, or songs like Inner Self. They're old songs, but it's still so fresh. It's very. It seems that we wrote yesterday, almost like so powerful, and the mosh pit is the most insane mosh pit for the whole show. I think it's a great momentum.
And can you still remember your very first concert you ever played with Sepultura?
Oh yeah, with Sepultura was in Caruaru, a city in the northeast of Brazil, in a state called Pernambuco, which is a fantastic state with a lot of culture, a lot of rhythms that really later influenced Sepultura so much, with our Brazilian rhythms and stuff. But yeah, it was back in 1987. We played at this very small town northeast of Brazil. And the first show outside Brazil was in Vienna on the 89 Sodom tour. It was very special too.
Cool. I think one of my friends was at that tour actually.
Oh yeah, great. That was amazing.
When bands like your band, like legendary metal bands like Sepultura, announce that they are going to retire and going on their farewell tours, there's always people in the metal community who voice their concerns that we won't have any new great metal bands that can fill this void. What do you think about that? And are there young bands that you think are very promising?
Oh yeah, metal is alive and well. Metal, I think, couldn't be better. So many bands, so many different styles. I think metal is a style that can embrace different rhythms, different instruments to create new possibilities and new ways of doing heavy music. We use the Brazilian music because it's our culture, and you see so many different bands using different styles. So yeah, I have a radio show in Brazil together with my son, Johan, for 13 years now. It's fantastic. Every Sunday for an hour, we talk about heavy metal, but mostly open space and room for Brazilian bands, so it's great to see how creative and how spectacular, metal can be. And so, so many different, ideas and different sounds, and it's amazing, But one special band that I really like that we even toured with us in the States on this run is Claustrophobia. It's a band from Brazil, but they are based in Las Vegas now. And I think they are on a great momentum. They have a history already. They're not actually that new, but they have a great momentum. They're doing some great albums, great tours. To see them live is a power trio, two brothers as well. They started the band, and I think they can very well be this future of thrash, of metal in general.
Wonderful. So guys, check them out.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and now my favorite question, and it's very interesting with your band because you have 40 years career. What is the craziest thing you and your bandmates have ever done on tour?
Interviews.
Really? Interviews? Like this here? No.
Crazy? I don't know. What is crazy?
Crazy, funny, something crazy that happened on tour.
I don't know. Many things. I mean, we used to have this crazy habit or tradition, let's say, that every birthday we did the bucket. It started with this Brazilian tradition of, on a birthday, you get like eggs and flour on your head, you know, it's something that in Brazil we do as a tradition. I don't know where it came from. And we brought that on tour, and on a Rise tour especially, was the peak of the bucket tradition, you know, a Rise and Chaos. So it started with eggs and flour, but of course on tour eventually we put like beer, and then you ketchup or mayonnaise or rest of food, eggs, and even,
okay.
you know, pee and stuff. People went crazy at the end, you know.
Your bandmates get the bucket after the show or before the show?
After the show, yes. On the birthday day, it was a very tension situation for the birthday guy because, you know, celebrating birthday, yeah, I'm happy, but the bucket. And I remember one of our crew guys, Nino, the sound guy, he was the one who got the most of the buckets during those years because we are always touring during his birthday, and Paulo as well, because April 30 and then June and stuff. So May, né? So yeah, the bucket was a terrible tradition that went on for too many years, and I never got the bucket. So
I just wanted to ask, you were so lucky. When is your birthday?
August 24th, and once we were touring in the States for, you know, exactly on my birthday. And we were playing in Albuquerque, I think, New Mexico or something like that. They prepare a bucket, a terrible bucket. I don't even know what was there. I think it was oil, was everything. There was rest of people or some animals. But the police got a problem. It was a very intense, tough day because the police were very harsh because we play inside this indigenous...
like a reservation?
A reservation, exactly. So the police was very violent, very stupid with the people and stuff. And they pulled the plug right before the last moment of Roots, you know, because we play and stuff. And so my bucket didn't happen because... our manager was arrested. One of our crew member was arrested. You know, was insane, and everybody forgot about the bucket. So I was very lucky.
Good. At least the evil police saved you from the bucket.
Police saved, yeah. Thank you, police of New Mexico.
What is your biggest dream for the future? Besides not getting the bucket ever.
I don't know. I think my biggest thing for the future is to grow old with health as much as I can. You know, I quit alcohol now for almost 5 years, 4 years and 9 months or so. It was the best decision of my life. You know, I started doing more exercises, meditation, you know, taking care of what I eat and stuff, and, you know, work my muscles so I can be independent when I grow old. I want to be tour as much as I can. I think the music profession, it's a very fantastic profession because you can go be on stage until you're 90 or 100 years old.
Some people do. I mean, the Scorpions are still on tour, for example.
It doesn't remember the style, even on rock and roll, on jazz, on classical music, you see great icons. I mean, Andrés Segovia died 91 years old, touring. B.B. King died touring. Buddy Guy still touring. You know, it's a rock and roll. Paul McCartney, 84 years old, 3 hours on stage with a lot of energy, you know, and it's very motivating for us, you know, professionals on music, because it's a profession that never stops. There's no ending, you know. Of course, it will end when we die, but that's very good to know that we have possibilities to be on stage, and I want to enjoy those moments as well, you know, so... I guess my dream in the future is to be healthy. You know, all the rest we can deal with it.
And since we still have time, you also have a cover band, right?
Yes, it's called Kisser Clan, together with my son Johan and 3 other friends, that we play covers that we love, from the Beatles to, you know, to Napalm Death. It's amazing. It's a great school still. I learn a lot playing covers. It's fantastic.
What fascinates you about covering other artists' songs?
I mean, just the love I have for the music. That's how I learned how to play guitar, basically, you know, playing covers. I always have lessons on acoustic guitar, classical guitar and stuff. But on the electric, I always observe and listen to my idols. And that's how I learned how to play solos and, you know, riffs and power chords and all that. And it's great to play different styles, you know, blues, reggae, classical, as I mentioned. These are the styles I really like. It gives a different perspective and it brings new possibilities and ideas as well.
Cool. And we will also, guys, for you, put the link to Andreas's cover band here in the description. And then thank you so much for the interview,
It
Andreas.
was great. Always a pleasure. And hopefully see you all on the road to this farewell.